Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium. At any time the TCU Horned Frogs take the field, they have a standard, a legacy to live up to. One that was established by the likes of Slingin' Sammy Baugh, Davey O'Brien, and LaDainian Tomlinson. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wolverines will kick it away first. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down for this offense. Power football with the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it. He has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know, he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants to win this game versus his alma mater.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to get him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff from the gun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. Got enough space. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head.
Touchdown. The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in the
extra point makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish the deal with the quarterback sneak. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Just a short pass to the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him, Ted.
To the ground with the back. Pretty good job of running to get there to the 32.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
On the option. Good pick up there. He gets enough for the first down.
He's brought down at the 36-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. To the air, it's Osborne. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He'll get rid of it. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Yeah, and you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback and receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much of it.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long, it's tough to, you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Wolverines! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they tacked on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep throws.
And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Very few times can you get a guy that wide open in a game, and when you do, you have to capitalize on it. That QB knows it. Look at him. You could tell he knows he missed a huge opportunity. Not only could he tell, everyone in the stands could see that guy was absolutely wide open.
Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And the Horned Frogs are flying down the field. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Might as well give it to him again.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. A designed run for the quarterback. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And I got to be ready mentally and physically. Mentally, I got to know exactly where the sticks are. 4th and 2. Can't dilly-dally around. Got to run physical. Got to break tackles. Got to go through people. Whatever I need to do to get that 2 yards. Nice job running the football.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
Well, a field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on 3rd and short in field goal range. They get the completion, now setting up 1st and goal.
The Horned Frogs line it up with a 1st and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have the nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line, finding creases.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, TCU.
The great thing about spreading a defense out, I can see where the blitz is coming from. I can see where they're weak. I can see my matchups. Nice job by the offense, spreading them out, taking advantage of their matchup, and getting in for the score.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Wisconsin was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans at Camp Randall. In fact, I think in the end the difference may have been that Badgers crowd who heads for the gates with the win. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Caught over the middle. It's Bruce.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. It's complete on the right side. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. He's going to pass. Back open in the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He throws back across his body, and it's picked off.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it, he's not going to throw back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
They'll throw it on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot, you start trying to aim it, you really
makes the catch down the right side. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set him up inside the 30, 1st and 10. He makes the connection. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this first down.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pocket starts to collapse.
Well, great job there by the defense, because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long, first down marker just short of the goal line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stop follow and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Got some room to run. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking deep down the right side. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls, and most of the time I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said, no, sir.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. And it's no good. Lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will line up to kick off and start the second half. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here will be huge.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
He'll ride his man on the option. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Back to throw, it's Osborne. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's going to run it. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
Nice job by the defense getting after the QB. He's trying to scramble around. He's trying to go get that first with his legs, but he's not able to do it because of the speed on defense.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He fires one deep down the right side. Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's just excellent cover. Vic, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Pressure coming. Dances away. Hit as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
A really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You can tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarterback, and affecting the throw.
This time it's complete. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like,
and he reels it in inside the 30.
Yeah, bro,
and they'll
that's
do
what
more
it
than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed him.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one it was going to be a physical game. Guys are going to have to be great at the point of attack and get off blocks and make tackles. They couldn't stop the offense from picking up that first down.
Makes the catch down the right side. The expressway is wide open. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Now he's going to throw it all the way back across the field. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly. So you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better. Right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Hard running there. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking to move it through the air. Into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! And the beatdown has ensued.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He'll take a deep shot here. Just about had another one picked off. They've already thrown 3 in this game. They're lucky it wasn't 4 there.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
This time he's got his man. And he converts on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 26. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
And the Wolverines want to move quickly.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
TCU 31, Michigan 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Try to get it to the edge. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the air, it's Osborne. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Taking it the other way. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
They'll go with a direct snap. Powers through the defender. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31. Now facing a 3rd and long. They go to the counter. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
And that is no good. And guys, this will stay a 24-point game.
TCU 31.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here on third down. Leaves it with the back. Turns it on in midfield. Open runway ahead. Inside the 10. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
Number 25 with the carry.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down 31-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia is on top, but this is a close game. And, you know, back in the day, you'd feed Herschel Walker and go home. That guy needs to emerge for them today. They're up by a field goal over Virginia Tech. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. The give to the tailback. At midfield, he's got room. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. The Horned Frogs with the 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play